So right now it's cloudy today, and we're going down a wind-blown, hard grass edge. Initially, I'm starting with a chatterbait. And what I'm gonna target going down this edge is the grass edge. You know, we're dropping off, the boat sitting at 8 foot, and it comes up to 3 or 4, probably even a little bit shallower. So we have a hard edge, and I'm gonna be targeting holes in the grass, gaps, any ditch that I can run that chatterbait through to try to get a reaction strike. You know, a goal with the chatterbait to start out is going to be, you know, ripping it through the grass, feathering it to the grass, and presenting it right. Try to get a real erratic strike, erratic action to get a strike triggered. The beauty of the chatterbait is that it's really, really weedless. With a couple quick snaps of the rod tip, you can really get it back vibrating. You know, the chatterbait has to stay vibrating. That's the goal. So you want to feather the top of the grass. You just kind of tick it around. When the blade stops chattering, you kind of got to snap it free. And a lot of times that's when you get a lot of strikes. That's all it takes to get a fish to really react, is a quick snap of the rod. So we have the perfect little ripple coming up into this mat. I really like the way this is set up. It's blowing bait, blowing shad up into the grass. I can tell by the way the grass is leaning over. It's actually kind of leaning over, going back this way. So I'm bringing, in my mind, I'm bringing the bait along with the current, the way it's rolling. So you want to pass your bait with the current, with the wind. Like I was talking with the flipping and pitching segment. That was a bite for sure. So we just had our first short strike. That fish did not get it, but she thumped it. So I mean, that was the perfect scenario. So that could tell me that they possibly don't want a chatterbait right now. So I'm gonna try a swim jig. Got a swim jig tied on fluorocarbon, and I'm just gonna swim this around the grass in the same aspect that I just did this chatterbait. I'm gonna hop it, I'm gonna create an action with it, but most of the time I'm just gonna be swimming it through. I still feel like I'm searching. You know, we did have that one bite. If I get around some fish trying to eat the chatterbait, you know, I'll throw that swim jig in there really. Or if it really calms down, like I just feel like this wind is optimal to throw this chatterbait in here right now. And it's you know, we got a darker contrasted sky, so I feel like the chatterbait is optimal right now. Now, whether or not that one sharp strike is telling us a story, we're just gonna have to figure that out as we grind along. But for right now, the conditions that we're under and the scenario we're in, chatterbait is my optimum. But I'm gonna still, you know, I'm gonna still keep the swim jig honest. I'm still gonna rotate it. You know, if you can kind of see how back there it looks a little calm, I might pick it up later and throw the swim jig and stuff like that. But when I'm covering water and making long casts along the edge, I'm gonna be doing it with this chatterbait for sure. Did you see that?
Can you tell us how you sped up your reel
Huh?
and got bit?
Did you see that?
Yeah.
So I mean, I threw I'm just throwing up to the mat and slowly coming through and around the edges of the clumps. I can see the clumps of grass. And I'm just bringing it around the right side edge of it. You can kind of see this is a perfect scenario right here. I don't know if you can kind of tell. Kind of made a cast up here and just drug the chatterbait right here by it. And that fish just absolutely clobbered it. I mean, it had a big bite. Dude, anytime you get around a vast amount of grass, grass flats, different types of grass, a chatterbait is going to excel. It just comes, it gets them to react when nothing else will. You can, again, I know I talked about it in flipping and pitching section so much, that staying efficient, you know, it's got that erratic action the whole cast back. That blade's working, that vibration's going. And a lot of times that's what it takes to get them to jump out of that grass and come get it. There we go. Out of that grass. That's a good one. Ooh. Here we go, baby. Chatterbait versus swim jig. Got the salad. We got the bass. The old chatterbait.
And the information Bass University provides isn't your basic run-of-the-mill fishing video. This is specific information from A to Z to help you learn, get to the water, and become a better angler quickly.